Why past tense feels so difficult? When we begin our journey of learning English, most of us think the problem is vocabulary. We feel that if we just learn more words, we will become fluent. But slowly we realize something deeper. Even when we know the words, we still struggle to express ourselves clearly. Why? Because we don't understand time, especially the past. We often say sentences like yesterday I go there or last year I am very happy. And somewhere inside we feel something is not right. This confusion creates hesitation, and hesitation destroys confidence. The truth is, past tense is not just a grammar rule you memorize from a book, it is the language of your life story. It is how you talk about your experiences, your struggles, your achievements, your memories, and your growth. If you cannot express the past clearly, you cannot fully express yourself. So, in this video, we are not just learning grammar, we are learning how to give voice to our past. Before going to the topic, welcome to Echo English, a place where learning English is not just about grammar, not just about rules, but about expressing your real life, your real thoughts, and your real emotions with clarity and confidence. Here, we don't just learn English, we live it, we feel it, and we use it to tell our stories. If you have ever felt confused while speaking, if you have ever hesitated because you didn't know the right words or the right tense, you are in the right place. Because on this journey, we grow step by step together, turning confusion into clarity and hesitation into confidence. So, take a deep breath, relax your mind, and get ready to transform the way you speak English. Welcome to Echo English. Understanding past tense at a deeper level. Past tense is used to describe actions, situations, or emotions that are already completed. But don't just think of it as something that happened before, think of it as something that is finished and cannot be changed. It belongs to time that has already passed. This understanding helps you feel the tense, not just remember it. For example, when you say, I eat food, your mind sees something happening now. But when you say, I ate food, your mind immediately shifts to something completed. This small change in the verb creates a big shift in meaning. And here is where many learners struggle. The verbs don't always follow a simple pattern. Some verbs are regular, like play, played, watch, watched, work, worked. But many are irregular, like go, went, eat, ate, see, saw, buy, bought. Instead of trying to memorize all of them at once, start noticing them in real usage. Let your brain slowly recognize patterns. Over time, these forms will start feeling natural rather than forced. Learning through story reading. One of the most powerful and natural way to master past tense is through stories. Because almost every story is told in the past. Stories describe events that have already happened, and that makes them the perfect learning tool. When you read or listen to a story, you are not just learning grammar, you are experiencing language in context. For example, imagine a simple story. Yesterday I woke up, I felt a little tired, but I decided to go for a walk. The streets were quiet and the air felt fresh. I saw an old man feeding birds, and for a moment everything felt peaceful. Notice how every verb woke up, felt, decided, were, saw naturally fits into the past. No force, no confusion. This is the beauty of stories. If you read even one short story every day, your brain will slowly build a natural understanding of past tense without stress. You will stop thinking which tense should I use and start feeling it automatically. Speaking about yesterday, if you truly want to master past tense, you must bring it into your daily life. The simplest and most powerful habit you can build is talking about your yesterday. Every night or every morning, take a few minutes and describe what you did the previous day. At first, it may feel slow or uncomfortable, but that is okay. For example, you can say, yesterday I woke up at 6:30 in the morning. I checked my phone for a few minutes and then I got ready for the day. I had breakfast with my family and after that I went to college. I attended my classes, spoke with my friends, and worked on my assignments. In the evening, I felt tired, so I rested for a while, watched some videos, and then I went to sleep. When you practice like this daily, you are not just improving grammar, you are building fluency. You are training your brain to connect real experiences with correct language, and slowly speaking in past tense will become effortless. Childhood memories. Now let's go deeper, not just into practice but into emotion. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your past tense is by talking about your childhood memories. Why? Because emotion make learning stronger and more memorable when you speak about your childhood. You are not just forming sentences, you are reconnecting with your past. For example, you might say, when I was a child, I spent most of my time playing outside with my friends. I ran through the streets, laughed loudly, and never worried about anything. I loved climbing trees and eating mangoes during summer. My grandmother told me stories every night, and those moments made me feel safe and happy. Notice how naturally the past tense flows here. Was, spent, ran, laughed, loved, told, made. This is because your emotions guide your language. When you practice like this, grammar stops feeling like a rule and starts feeling like expression. Common mistakes. Even when we understand past tense, we often make mistakes because of habit. The most common mistake is mixing present and past in the same sentence. For example, saying, yesterday I go to the market instead of yesterday I went to the market. Or last year I am very happy instead of last year I was very happy. These mistakes happen because your brain is still used to present tense. The key to fixing this is awareness. Whenever you use words like yesterday, last night, last year, or ago, immediately remind yourself this sentence must be in past tense. Another common mistake is forgetting irregular verbs. Instead of saying I bought a book, the correct form is I bought a book. Instead of I eated food, it is I ate food. Don't try to fix everything at once. Just focus on noticing your mistakes, correcting them, and repeating the correct version. Improvement comes from consistent awareness, not perfection. Expanding your practice with more examples. To become comfortable with past tense, you need variety. The more situations you practice, the stronger your understanding becomes. For example, you can talk about actions. I completed my work, she called me, we visited our relatives. You can talk about experiences. I felt nervous before the exam, he enjoyed the movie, they were excited about the trip. You can talk about events. We celebrated a festival, I attended a wedding, they played a cricket match. You can even describe situations. The weather was cold, the road was empty, the room felt quiet. Try combining these ideas into longer sentences. Yesterday I felt very tired, so I stayed at home and watched a movie with my family. The goal is not just to form sentences, it is to express complete thoughts. Building a daily practice system. Learning past tense is not about one day of effort, it is about daily consistency. Instead of trying to learn everything at once, create a simple system you can follow every day. Spend 5 minutes speaking about your yesterday, Spend 5 minutes reading or listening to a short story. Spend 5 minutes recalling a childhood memory and expressing it in English. This small 15 minutes routine can completely change your fluency over time. The key is repetition. When you repeat something daily, your brain stops treating it as new information and starts treating it as a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it becomes natural. Past tense is your story. At the end of the day, past tense is not just grammar, it is your story. It is your journey, your memories, your lessons, your growth. When you learn to use it correctly, you gain the ability to express who you were, what you experienced, and how you became who you are today. And that is powerful. So don't rush the process, practice daily, stay patient, and trust yourself. Because fluency is not about speaking perfectly, it is about expressing meaningfully. And as you continue your journey of learning and growing, remember every small step you take today is building a more confident version of you tomorrow. Don't rush the process, don't fear mistakes because every mistake is shaping your fluency. Every effort is shaping your voice. If this video helped you even a little, make sure to subscribe to Echo English and become a part of this journey where we don't just learn English, we truly live it. And before you go, here is something to think about. If you could go back and change one moment from your past, would you really change it, or has it made you who you are today? I will see you in the next video.